This is the Surly Grognards for July 24th, 2018. This is Peter Bowman, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Eric Carlson, and this week with special guest host, Gav Leaf. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm offended that Gav is here.
Yeah, me too. Who the hell let him in here?
Yeah, what the... Bullshit, man.
The dude in the door is like, he's terrible. He didn't even take money. It's like he took jelly babies.
Well, they were delicious.
See, Eric, when I have you there to bounce, you're supposed to bounce, man.
It's hard on my ankles.
Fair point. So, this week we're doing a little something different. We're going to be talking largely about one thing in general. I mean, we have tried to do this on occasions on the past, and sometimes we've been more successful than others.
Yeah, every now and again it works.
Yeah. We have Gav on, and last time we had Gav when we were talking about Warhammer. We're not talking about Warhammer this time.
I mean, we can.
It might be. This is me and Gav here.
I know, but we have a topic that we should be able to stick to for a while. Hopefully.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
So, if I may just interject, for those that don't know, obviously we do have the other podcast that Eric and Peter are part of, the 3MA, 3 Men in Anime, and as such, we spend a lot of time just watching random things, and not to take over, but this week we ended up watching something that wasn't an anime.
We do this sometimes.
We do that sometimes.
Yes. I'd already watched this because it's based on one of my favorite comic book properties, like, of all time.
I had seen the first half and, well, never got back to the second half because there's too much good TV.
Yes. Gav and Eric had seen the first half and hadn't seen the second half. And this of what we were talking about is the most recent version, the live-action version of The Tick on Amazon Prime.
Right.
The Tick is a superhero comic book that came out in, God, I want to say like the late 80s, early 90s.
It's got to be around about that time based on when
I mostly
TV show
remember
started.
the cartoon on Fox.
Yes. The comic book, okay, The Tick was originally a newsletter mascot created by Ben Edlund in a 1986 newsletter for New England Comics, a chain of Boston area comic book stores. And he was spun off in his own independent comic book series in 1988. And then an animated TV series in 94, live-action show a bit later than that, and then a new live-action show just in 2016.
They attempted one, I think it was in 2000 with Patrick Warburton.
It was 2002 or so, yeah.
2002, which had potential, but it was a little bit too deadpan. As is one for Patrick Warburton.
Was an inspired choice of casting for the Tick.
It was, but the problem is Patrick Warburton has, and no offense to him, he's a fantastic voice actor, but he has one character.
Which is the Tick.
He did a damn good job as the Tick.
He did a damn good job.
He was the best part of that, honestly.
He really was. He was the reason to watch it. The rest of it was not so great. But holy crap, Patrick Warburton.
I liked some concepts. Like, I liked Deflator Mouse.
Yeah, Deflator Mouse is pretty cool.
Liberty, was it Liberty Maid? Or something like that? I forget her name.
It wasn't American Made, but it was close.
Yeah.
Because American Made was from the comic, and they were avoiding all the side characters in the comics.
Which is unfortunate, because a lot of the side characters in the comic were really freaking good.
Yes.
But we're talking about the 2016... Okay, before we talk about the 2016 TV series, we have to talk a little bit about the comic book and
the universe of Ticket Habits. Yeah.
Because this TV series really grows out of both.
Yes.
The Tick in the original... Okay, so the Tick. Who is the Tick? The Tick is a superhero. He is immensely strong. He is nigh invulnerable. He can jump because he's super strong. He's got all the classic super strength powers. He can't fly, though. And he is nigh invulnerable.
That's his big tag.
Yeah.
He does not always win, but by God, he will take a beating and just keep coming.
Yes. The Tick is also not very smart and kind of insane.
Yeah. He also speaks two languages, Cliché and Adam West.
Yes, I'm gonna argue the not very smart thing. The Tick is dumb as a rock.
He's okay. I would agree he's mostly fairly stupid, but he has a certain level of genre savviness.
It's naivety, if nothing else.
It's for more contemporary audiences. The Tick is Deadpool if he had an IQ of 75.
Probably. Well, except that he's funnier than Deadpool.
And a much
Pretty fucking funny, but yeah.
Yeah. The only difference is Deadpool pawned in his moral compass.
The Tick doesn't break the fourth wall anywhere near as often.
All of that.
This is true.
Which I think is a major point. Like, the Deadpool breaking the fourth wall is funny.
Yes.
The Tick doesn't have that crutch to lean on, and is still hilariously funny.
Yes.
Breaking the fourth wall is a great thing when done in moderation. I think Deadpool overdoes it in the comics.
I can see that argument.
Yeah.
This is not to say that Deadpool is not funny, because
Deadpool nothing to do with him breaking the fourth wall, though.
Sure, and again, Deadpool is funny. I'm not saying Deadpool is not funny, because Deadpool is funny. At any rate, so the Tick is he is not smart at all. He has a friend, compatriot, and arguably his sidekick, Arthur, who has a flying suit and is significantly smarter than the Tick. In the original comic, Arthur is an accountant who has his flying suit and is kind of awkward and wants to become a superhero. This is very different than Arthur in the TV series. Well,
very.
The comic
Arthur's
book...
in the comics and the TV in the cartoon originally, Arthur's biggest problem is whenever he put on his flying suit, which he modeled after a moth, everyone thinks he's a bunny
with wings for some reason.
Yes,
because of the ears. With wings? Why has a bunny got wings? They're not ears. They're antenna. Okay.
Also, Arthur is a bit cowardly in the comic book and the cartoon. He's a pudgy accountant. Literally, all he is I'm smart and I can fly. And I can't fly very well.
Just to put a little bit of thing, the world in which the Tick inhabits is full of superheroes.
Yep.
I am using the hugest of air quotes when I say superheroes. There are plenty of people with powers, with skills, with abilities, running around in their pajamas for the most part.
Some of them try to be sort of superheroic, some of them who don't.
It does sound like a pretty good deal, though.
It's like some of the names of these guys. I mean, like I say, Eric and Peter are much more familiar with the deep dive of the comic and everything else than I am. I watched a little bit of the cartoon back in the day and this. But some of the eclectic random side characters.
Yeah.
What was the name of the sea urchin guy that lived in the sewer?
Sewer urchin.
That's right. That's all it was.
There's also the human bullet.
Yep.
Fire me, boy!
I remember that one.
He has a giant cannon that his son fires him out of, and he goes rocketing off to the scene of a crime. And that's really it.
That's a shtick.
One of the main antagonists that shows up at least once is Multiple Santa.
Yes.
Ho, 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 ho.
Multiple Santa was as good as Chairface Chippendale, though.
Chairface Chippendale is by and far one of the best villains they came up with.
Yes.
He's great. He tried to carve his name into the surface of the moon with a giant laser. Got as far as the first three letters.
Not even the whole first three letters. There's a leg missing off the A.
Yeah. Cha? But this is all the comic book. And the comic book is great. There's some truly fantastic stuff in it. Some great, phenomenal genre send-ups. The first arc that they did was a 3-issue arc that was a beautiful, amazing send-up of the whole oversaturation of ninjas and Japanese stuff, sort of quote Japanese stuff in Western comics, which was dubbed Night of the Million Zillion Ninja. And there was, ninja everywhere. There was an Elektra knockoff called Oedipus. She's hilarious.
Terrible name, blame my parents.
Yes.
Oh.
One of the best jokes in the entire comic book. Paul the Samurai, who is a samurai named Paul.
Named Paul.
Who's going after the ninja also. Night of the Million Zillion Ninja is amazing. it's a combo send up of Elektra, the Elektra Daredevil stuff, Marvel's obsession with ninjas, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that shit. It's brilliant, which is funny because Teenage Mutant Turtles was a parody of the same stuff.
Yes.
Originally.
And then they someone threw money at them. They're like, we like money.
And it was no longer as much of a parody, but it was still great. I do not want to knock TMNT. Like, I'm not knocking TMNT.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is largely unimpeachable, honestly.
I agree completely. It's great. But that's the Tick at the time was in many ways a send up of comics of its era, of the comic book genres of its era.
The cartoon, when that rolled around, it was right in that spot where wacky, zany, over-the-top sort of stuff was dropping. So things like Earthworm Jim, Freakazoid, those, the
Animaniacs was its contemporary.
Animaniacs, the Return of the Looney Tunes, all that kind of stuff was dropping. So the sort of like wild, just insane humor that was coming out of the Tick was absolutely perfect.
Yep, and it was entirely in genre for the Tick. Like for the it was goofier than the comic book was at the time.
Spoon!
Yes.
The cool big boy.
That is the Tick's battle cry. Unfortunately, it's never said in the modern show. In the
it is referenced, but we never get it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's a tease.
Yes.
The current show, though, which is what we're actually going to talk about, we needed to talk about the comic book, the cartoon, which, if you have not watched the cartoon, dear God, do yourself a favor and find it. It's fucking hilarious.
It's just... It's glorious. It really is.
Goofy fun. You will not regret it. At all. That said, in much the same way the original comic book was a sort of a parody and send up of comics of the era, the modern Tick cartoon is largely in many ways a commentary on the modern comic book cinematic stuff and TV series stuff, not comic books per se. So it's looking more at stuff like the Netflix Marvel series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the DC stuff on CW, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Cinematic Universe. All of that stuff it's not directly referenced, but you can see where they get some of their ideas.
Yeah.
And they basically went, okay, we will take the comic book Tick and drop him smack dab into the middle of a modern TV superhero genre setting. Which is, most of the people in it are somewhat, are not particularly weird or goofy. There's a lot of sort of more gritty edge. People are like, the bad guys have guns and are trying to kill people.
Yes.
So there is one or two actual superheroes knocking around, but nowhere to the level that well, there's a reason for that, but there's nowhere to the level that there was in the cartoon or the comic.
It's implied that there are many more out there, but we're focusing on one city where there are currently at the start of the show no superheroes.
No superheroes operating. Organized crime is rife. Blah blah blah. But I mean, the show opens showing you about this guy called Superion, who I refuse to call anything but Super Ian. But he's basically the Superman analogy. He's literally Superman.
He came from space, crash landed in Tunguska, and has been operating as a superhero around Earth since 1908. And he flies. He's super strong. He's nearly invulnerable.
Freeze breath, laser eyes.
Weird Silver Age superpowers that make no goddamn sense, like reheating coffee and making it pumpkin spice and taste good. He does this.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice, how do you do that? Like, this is the sort of shit Superman did do in in like the Silver Age comics. Like,
never mind the Silver Age comics. He stared at a wall and it rebuilt itself in the movies.
That was like in the 70s, though, wasn't it? That was the Richard Donner's Superman.
Something like that. But yeah, either way, he stared at a wall and it built itself because it knows better.
Are you going to argue Superman? I'm not arguing with Superman. Well, actually, no. I might debate with Superman, but I wouldn't argue with him. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
But back to the Tick.
Yes.
So you've got this sort of gritty world, and then you plonk this bundle of surreality and insanity into the middle of it. This agent of destiny, as he proclaims himself.
Mm-hmm.
It should be noted he is also super Silver Age in his outlook of morality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, he speaks like Adam West.
Oh yeah. But he is all about fighting evil, punching it in the face, but not actually killing people. He is fundamentally a nice guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally, this version of the Tick, he's a nicer guy than the comic book Tick. I'm going to say this right now. He is more grounded in in the world and interpersonal relationships. He is a genuinely nice, caring person who wants people to be happy and feel safe. Arthur is a little different than the comic books, shall we say.
Arthur is less nerdy, slightly cowardly, smart guy, and more
He's a little darker.
Neuroses.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big bundle of neuroses for very good reasons.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when the preeminent supervillain kills your favorite superheroes in front of you with weaponized syphilis and accidentally crushes your father.
Yep, in front of you.
Yes.
He doesn't. The Terror did not kill the Flag Five with weaponized syphilis. He blinded them with it.
That just
then he had his men shoot them.
Weaponized syphilis.
Yes. Destroyed their eyes and then had them shot to death.
Weaponized syphilis. I adore it.
The Terror is okay. So yeah, the major characters in the Tick, which we do want to talk about, are the Tick, who is played brilliantly by Peter Serafinowicz.
Yes.
Holy cow, he is amazing. Yeah. Like, I love Patrick Warburton as the Tick. Peter Serafinowicz is the Tick.
Apparently, Patrick Warburton was actually a producer on this show, so with his blessing. So yeah.
Well, he wanted to play the Tick again. He loves the role. He loves the character. But they decided to go with Serafinowicz and brought Warburton on as producer.
Mm.
Okay, so I've just been looking while we were doing that about sort of the way that the Tick is and the way that he behaves, and a couple of the quotes that are from straight out of this show specifically. Try and pick in this sentence alone the fucking psychosis that this guy has. Okay, the way he introduces himself to Arthur is, "I'm a superhero, Arthur. I'm nigh invulnerable. Have the reflexes of an Olympic-level jungle cat. I have the strength of 10, perhaps 20 men. A crowded bus stop of men. But my greatest power is this: when destiny speaks, she speaks to me."
Crowded bus stop of men.
Olympic-level jungle cat is what got me.
That's so good. He's nuts, but in a wonderfully endearing way.
Crime, nastiness, and evil rear their foul, odorous heads in every corner of the globe, and that's saying something because the globe doesn't have corners.
I love him so much. Like, oh my god, he is glorious. He is probably my favorite part of the show, but there's an argument for one other thing.
Yes.
Which is the Terror.
Yeah.
The big bad supervillain, who is really only in half the show. He shows up a couple times in flashbacks in the first half, and in the final episode of the first half in episode 6.
Yep.
But oh my god, the second half of the series, Jackie Earle Haley is so good.
Yes. I mean, God bless, he's got a lot to play off around as well with the cast around him.
Oh, yeah.
But by God, he chews the scenery so well.
Yes, and the thing is, that's normally, like, that sort of scenery chewing ham can be a detriment and stuff. It is very intentionally a stylistic choice for this show.
Yes.
And it works.
What I really adore about the Terror, though, is that he's not doing like the crazy, over-the-top, preposterously pretentious monologues. No, he's calling you a pissant to your face.
Yeah.
He's a grand schemer and he's a massively intelligent villain, but he's also just a complete asshole.
Yes.
Yes.
He's not one of these, I am high and mighty than you. It's like, no, I'm better than you because if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to kill you.
He almost says that exact thing at one point.
Yeah. It's like there's a great bit towards the end, but it's like, it turns out to build a power base while he's been underground, he invented and founded his own cola company.
Yes.
And there's a great bit at the end, is like when everything's falling to shit and is getting out, is like one of the assistants is like just taking a drink, and he goes, you're all so dumb, you haven't even figured out what I've been doing with that shit all these years. And she looks at it, and you think, like, big evil supervillain, because
because he's talking about the secret. He's talking about the secret ingredient in this soda, in this cola.
The secret ingredient in this soda, and you're like, oh my god,
one drop every bottle.
Yeah, you've been poisoning us this whole time. He goes, nope, been pissing in it.
Dick move, sir. Thank you.
Like a Bond villain, absolutely, he'd be poisoning his own product. Of course, he would be.
Most supervillains would be poisoning the Joker, Doctor Doom, or
Doom wouldn't be poisoned. He'd be laced with like mind control chemicals or something.
Yeah.
Yes, but the Terror is such he's the small-minded, petty little asshole with grand dreams.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He's fantastic.
He's amazing. I think he is a perfect foil for the Tick, really.
Yes.
Because almost everything the Tick is, the Terror isn't.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The Tick is stupid. The Terror is brilliant. The Tick is immensely physically powerful. The Terror is basically a dude.
Yeah. The Tick is fond of long, wordy monologues. The Terror just calls you a shithead and moves on.
Yeah, and then shoots you in the face or something.
Yeah.
The Terror does not monologue, really. I mean, he does, but not, like, he doesn't get verbose.
He rants, but it's always
you're right. He rants more than he monologues, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always conversational. He's expecting you to respond.
Right.
Little to no disregard for... I mean, there's a line that was like, look, we don't kill people because they call us names. We kill people because it's fun.
Yeah, he's talking to his lieutenant, Miss Lint. This is in a flashback, and she's like, you killed the men because you killed some of my men because they're stupid nickname, and she's like, they weren't your best men. He's like, true, we don't put our best people on the flamethrowers.
but you can't kill people because they call you a name. You kill them because it's fun.
And then he immediately tells her, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to fucking own that goddamn nickname and kick some ass.
Because he's a surprisingly good mentor for her.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, his whole plan's been delayed by years because apparently, as we were introduced to it, the town is being run by what's called the Pyramid Gang, which is like some ancient Egyptian-themed crime boss.
It's literally a crime family, basically, run by a guy who has Egyptian theme and nothing more than that.
That's literally all it is. And it turns out that they've been working for the Terror while he's been underground, and Miss Lint has been working as a lieutenant, as an enforcer for this thing, which she didn't know about the Terror. And it gets to the point where it's like, you know what? I expect you to kill that fucking Ramsey son bitch within like a year, and then I'd have been talking to you. She's like, wait, what? I've been watching you. I've been waiting for you to actually do your job and come and meet me. Oh. She's been putting up with him for like 10 years.
It's, oh my god. Yeah. But Arthur is kind of, he's much more grounded and real than he is in the comic book version or the cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's still like, most of the show is Arthur. It's explicitly Arthur's hero's journey.
Yes.
It's straight out of Campbell.
Mm. The Tick references this several times.
Oh yes, mono a monomyth.
Another great line.
He even calls out like the part. This is the hero's journey. That you're in stage 3. You know, hero rejects the call. It's like,
Yeah.
It's so cleverly written. But the other character I do want to mention that really needs Miss Lint is also great. She's a great.
Yes.
There are only 3 other characters we need to talk about, really. Well, 4, kind of. Yeah, 4, maybe 5. I don't know. But anyways, Miss Lint is great. She is in terms of superpowers, one of the most powerful people in the show. Like, Superion is number 1. Tick is probably number 2, and she's probably number 3.
Yeah, she throws directed lightning bolts at people.
She has incredibly powerful electrical powers. Which unfortunately means she develops a bit of a static charge when she doesn't have her grounding bracelets, which means she gets covered in lint. Hence
the name.
Hence the name, Miss Lint.
Yeah.
Careful, Arthur, she shoots glass eyes.
Yeah, she's got a glass eye because she's lost one at one point. We don't know how or why, but she's got a facial scar. It looks like an electrical
honestly
scar.
Doesn't matter.
Unimportant. It's just kind of neat.
And she's always changing it for different ones.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of different ones with different patterns on them. It's actually really cool. I love her outfits. They're great. But you know, she's actually a really interesting supervillain. Like there's a really interesting sort of, especially once the terror shows up, she's got a really interesting dynamic with him. It's really clear that she respects him and he's her mentor, but she has gotten so sick of all the bullshit going on.
So fed up with him at the same time.
Yeah.
Why can't we just rob a bank? You know, things that make money. It's like, you know.
Who was it I just killed? Oh, that was my ex-husband. I thought you said you've been watching me all this time. Well, you got boring.
No, he didn't kill him.
Right, it was platypus venom.
She's like, you killed him. I did? Nope, that was the platypus venom.
Yeah, I did. Checks which jacket pocket the darts came from. No, that's the platypus venom. See, he's already foaming at the mouth. That's a good sign.
That's Derek? IT Derek? You married IT Derek? That was in a bad place at the time.
Besides, I thought you were watching me the whole time. Well, you got boring real quick. Anyway.
Miss Lint's great. There's a vigilante character in the show who is not at all a setup of 90s era vigilante heroes. No, not at all.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He is.
No.
Overkill. Aptly
Overkill
named.
was stolen from Rob Liefeld's sketchbook.
Probably. Except he has, you actually can see his feet sometimes. And he does not have, he also has a reasonable number of pouches.
Yeah. Overkill is every, Deathstroke clone that came out of the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's a great send-up of Season 1 Arrow, because I fucking hate Season 1 Arrow.
Yes.
And then you've got Overkill, who's just, why did you just make an Overkill show, guys? But we're not here for me to complain about the Arrow.
Here's the thing, that again, much in the same way that Terror is a great foil for the Tick, so is Overkill.
Yes.
He's also something of a foil for Arthur.
He's the super badass, knives in every pocket, and has no problems, just slaughtering anyone in his path.
Guns,
It's like
so
he was
many guns.
looking for a place to store his knife, and nowhere was good enough.
That's a fantastic line.
So you said he was a Robo Ninja? No, I said he's a tech-based stealth assassin. Well, I already wrote down Robo Ninja, so we're going to use that.
So yeah, there's just a bunch of great stuff. But yeah, so Overkill is the way he plays off of both the Tick and Arthur is really interesting. He's aggressive, foul-mouthed, says he doesn't want to, work with other people, wants to work on his own and all this stuff, but you can really tell he kind of actually likes being part of a group.
Yeah.
He's constant. He's got the Batman thing. I work alone, except for, these other dozen people. And Danger Boat.
And Danger Boat, yes.
Fucking Danger Boat.
Danger Boat.
So, the Overkill's base of operations is this high-tech stealth boat with a computer system, which went AI and is now the boat itself is sentient. This is Danger Boat.
Danger Boat is awesome.
Great.
That's all we're gonna say because Danger Boat must be experienced.
Yes, I would agree with that. Voiced by Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
Yeah, using pretty much the exact same voice he used for the Star Wars movie, but I'm not going to hold that against him because it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. Danger Boat's fantastic. But the most important character we haven't talked about yet is Arthur's sister, Dot.
Right.
Dot is a paramedic. She's in med school.
She does roller derby.
She does roller derby. She helps out the guy who owns the roller derby rink with, first aid for the Pyramid Gang, it turns out.
Yeah, she's a mob doc.
She doesn't really want to be, but,
No.
Right to the roller derby rink's expensive.
Mm-hmm. But more importantly, she's there to help Arthur. She is Arthur's sister, and she's been affected by the loss of their father at the hands of the Terror in much the same way that she's handled it differently. Arthur had a psychotic break basically. He's been he's been institutionalized. He's been in and out of therapy for years. He's on medications.
To be fair, when we see the flashback, we understand why.
Oh yeah. God, yeah. What happens is traumatic, and the Terror fucks with Arthur. Hardcore.
For no other reason than, hey, this kid just watched me murder a whole bunch of people. That's hilarious. Let's fuck with the kid.
Yeah. It's a brutal little line there's a brutal little line that comes from it, and that it's called back multiple times.
Yeah, and
it's the sort of guy that the Terror is. He's leaning over this 11-year-old child, and he's doing the whole what are you looking at, kid? What are you looking at? Oh, what's that behind your ear? Puts his hand down like he's going to pull something out, pulls it back and says, oh, look at that. It's nothing. You got nothing, kid. It's it picks up his ice cream, eats his ice cream, throws it away, and fucks off. It's like, this kid hasn't said a word.
It's thoroughly cruel and petty, and that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
In the context of the show, it's hilarious, but oh my god, that is just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Ed 209 blowing away the guy in the in the boardroom in RoboCop. It just keeps firing. It stops firing. There's a pool of chunky salsa there, and someone demands that we call for a medic. It's like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Arthur is at the point where he sees and hears things that aren't actually there. He was at that point for a while. So he's been in therapy. He's on medications. He is convinced the Terror is still alive because everyone assumes the Terror is dead. He's not dead.
They found his teeth.
The reason me and Eric said that together is because that's the tagline of the whole fucking show for half of it.
Yeah. So Arthur is gone full conspiracy trying to prove that the Terror is still alive, so he can prove it to and running crime in the city. So he can prove it, give the evidence to the authorities, and they can deal with him, and he can get that off his conscience. He'll have done something to fight back against this horrible event in his past. And then the Tick comes leaping into his life, wrecks the warehouse Arthur has been observing, in one of the most amazing scenes I've seen in some time.
Yes.
Which we'll get to in a second. And delivers to Arthur the flying suit that Arthur wears throughout the show, which is significantly better than the one in the comic books, because it's bulletproof, for starters.
Yep.
Yes. It has hand tasers, it turns out, later. It's got a helmet radio, it lets him fly. Did I mention it's bulletproof? Or bullet resistant, I guess. Technically nothing's actually bulletproof, but whatever. But yeah, and basically he's constantly trying to guide Arthur on the path of being a superhero. Because Tick, as far as Destiny's told Tick that this is for Arthur, and Arthur is going to be his partner, and it's going to be awesome. They'll fight crime together and help people. And it's all about Arthur's journey into that, really.
Yeah.
But early on, Dot is trying to guide Arthur back to sanity and normalcy, because She's worried about
also,
him.
Dot also very much, pardon the pun, dotes on
Absolutely.
Arthur for one of it.
Well, I mean, she's, takes care of him because that's how she copes with the loss of her father.
Yep.
I will say when we first get introduced, Dot, and to a greater extent, his family, his parents, well, his mom and his stepdad, his mom especially, but Dot does a little bit as well. They're quite condescending towards him, so everything's cotton wool and bubble wrap around him. His mum asks him how he's doing at one point. And he says, "I'm okay." She's like, "Oh, good, that's good. Good, okay is good. Okay, we can't."
Well,
it's
Arthur
not bad.
says not good, but okay.
Yeah, let's aim for okay. It's like, oh, okay. And like I say, I actually made the point where, like, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, like every conversation that Dot had with him was a little bit, obviously caring, but a little bit condescending. If you wanted to look into it that way. But yeah.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, a large part of it was things that ways she'd been drilled to help Arthur cope with his, with his psychoses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain that was stuff she'd been taught to do.
It's like they have mantras and mnemonic like speeches they go through to get him back on normal. Normal is good. Normal does as normal is, and all that sort of shit. It's weird, but yeah.
But again, it's sort of one of those things that I can see why she does that, and it makes sense.
Mm.
Like, this is all logical, which is nice. But Dot grows and changes over the course of the show. And it goes from, Dot sort of, trying to get Arthur to back away from all this stuff to Dot basically saying, okay, Arthur's decided to be a superhero. Fine, I'm helping him.
Yep.
And Arthur being the one going, no, Dot, no! Like, I have a bulletproof flying suit. You have, you. It turns out, Dot's actually really smart and clever and a lot tougher than she looks. She does roller derby. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And, fairly quickly, you could tell, Overkill noticed, she's she's like, he's like, she's a badass. I got it. No problem.
Yeah, it turns out she's adept when it comes to the way she puts it. She infiltrates. It's a thing she does.
Yep.
Yes. There's a great bit where she briefly ends up with one of Overkill's guns. She goes to return it. Oh, I never should have given you that one. Why? Because I'm a girl? No, because it's not weighted for your frame. You're much better with a 9mm. Here.
This is a giant fuck off,
It's a giant hand cannon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no, wrong gun. This gun is not weighted for your frame. Miss Everest, here you go. It's like, oh.
Yes, you're going to want to put that gun down. Why? Because I'm a girl? No, because you need 3 backup spines to fire that gun.
Oh my god, but yeah, Dot's great. But yeah, the overall course of the story is, Arthur's journey into being a superhero and the Terror's big magnum opus plan and the intersection of these two things.
Yep.
Which is, it makes for a really good story.
It's as simple as you want to tell it, but it's the most basic superhero story ever.
Yeah, it's Arthur's origin story.
Yep.
Tied into this overarching plot of the big supervillain, and will they stop him? And you've got the tick there mentoring Arthur, and also sort of trying to figure out who he is because he can't remember anything since like a few days ago.
Yeah, this is one of the great little things they do early on. They make it really clear that the tick doesn't remember anything before meeting Arthur at this warehouse we mentioned a moment ago. Doesn't know who he is, doesn't know what he is. At one point, he's questioning whether he's naked or always wearing a suit. He doesn't even know if he's wearing a suit. He doesn't have a place to stay. Arthur asked him, he says, "Do you have a place to stay?" "Well, obviously, I probably do." "You don't know, do you?" "Nope." "Okay, you can crash on my sofa." Excellent. Yeah, he's literally he is the Tick. That is it.
Yep.
And he makes it for the first like 3 or 4 episodes. It's like every time that he's there talking with Arthur, somebody will bump into him, or another character will start talking to him, and he's like, "No, it's okay. We're just minding our own business." What do you mean we? Turns around.
That's literally only the first episode and a half.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
It felt longer.
It feels like it's such a well done reveal, because like there's a point halfway through the second episode where Arthur is convinced the Tick he's made the Tick up is in his imagination. He's having one of his psychotic moments. He's seeing things that don't exist. And it's beautiful to see Arthur walking the street, all these little flashbacks as you hear a kazoo version of the Pixies' "Where's My Mind."
And it's right at the point where Arthur makes this realization. He's like, wait.
The best part is he's sitting there talking with Dot, like in sort of this sort of like ranty way, and the Tick interjects. It's like, "Not now. You're not real. She can't see you. I can see him." What?
Like I say, it's right as Arthur's made this realization in his own head that the Tick is actually made up an imagination and his own psychosis that's making him see this big blue superhero. Right as he's just accepted that point, Dot's like, "Yeah, sure, I can see him." Wait, what? You real? Of course I'm real. Who's not real? That's the line he uses. Of course I'm real. Who's not real?
The thing is, they do a really good job making you think it is possible the Tick is not real.
Yes. That's the point.
I mean, outside of the fact that, it's the Tick, the show's about him, of course he's real, but they still do a good job making you think that maybe, just maybe, he isn't. But he is.
It's a great build-up to the joke. It's really
phenomenal.
It takes an episode and a half, and it's amazing.
And that's they do this sort of humor all the time, where they have things that they set up, and it pays off like an episode or two later, and it's hilarious.
Hang on, I'm just checking. No, there's no mention of M. Night Shyamalan on this production list. We're fine. He's real.
But at any rate, it's just a really, really well done show. And again, it's not just a comedy; it's an actual good superhero story.
Oh yeah, the action scenes are actually pretty legit as well.
Oh god, anytime the Tick is being threatened by people with guns is so awesome. It is both hilarious and kick-ass.
Yes.
Because the Tick just wades through gunfire, because he's not invulnerable, and just laughs. The best moment is literally when he opens this warehouse door, and there's like 20 guys in there with guns. Level them. You hear them all turn off the safeties, cock their guns, what have you. The Tick throws his head back, starts going laughing upright as he, and just wades into the gunfire. And then it cuts away from a distance away from the warehouse, and you hear him just shout, "Go tell it on the mountain!" And the warehouse explodes.
There's a great bit where, it happens a couple of times, but the first bit where during the warehouse, that he's walking towards the warehouse, and like they're trying to keep him away, and one guy fires there's people shooting at him, there's people trying to swing shit at him, and one guy like fires a shot at him, and it ricochets and hits another guy, and he's working. He's like, "Well, that wasn't my fault, sir." Another dude swings a 2x4 at him, and waits till he gets to a point and jumps out and hits him with the 2x4, which immediately just shatters into splinters. Like, sneaky backhand.
Like, almost every attack he throws to these thugs is literally like a finger flick, and they go sailing.
Yes. The Tick specializes in bitch slap pondo. That's all he does. He just slaps these guys around.
Yeah, he doesn't really, with normal people, he doesn't really exert himself physically on them, because he doesn't want to kill them.
Right. He doesn't want to, accidentally make them explode.
He just sends them flying, and just it's hilarious. But it is simultaneously funny and badass, because they do a really good job of really making you realize, yeah, this is really just this, against normal thugs with guns, the Tick really is not in any danger.
Even against powers, the best line for me, one of the single best lines, is the Tick versus Miss Lint.
Yes.
Yes.
She overpowers herself so much she breaks her resistance bracelets. and is just pouring power into him. And he's there, he's actually feeling it. He's groaning and moaning, and she's like, "Why won't you die?" And Dick's like, "Because I don't wanna!
I don't wanna!" So good.
It's amazing.
He's invincible, effectively. He's not literally invincible, but at least we've not yet seen anything that can really that can significantly injure him. He feels
nothing
pain.
at all.
Like Miss Lint makes him feel pain.
Yeah.
Things can knock him around. Overkill does really inconvenience him, makes him feel things by grabbing his antenna.
Which are apparently sensitive because they are apparently attached directly to his nervous system. Hence why he's only nigh invulnerable.
But like the fight between him and Overkill that they have briefly is hilarious because Overkill's like, "Ah, ooh, ah." I'm not doing anything to this guy. He takes sort of shoves him and sends him flying. It's like,
well, Overkill throws a grenade at his feet, and it's like a little disc grenade with a light on the top. He's like, "Oh, your hockey puck's got a message for me." Boom. Puts him into the ceiling. The tick lands back on his feet. Oh wow, that had kind of a kick. Overkill charges him and boots him in the chest. That not so much.
Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, seriously, the fight scenes are actually surprisingly well choreographed.
Yep. And the degree of wackiness just slowly escalates throughout the show.
Yes.
Like to glorious effects. Like at one point, there's a Romanian mad scientist with like a little baby body and a big head. There's a robot in a fedora and a trench coat, which is just the best thing I've ever seen. There's a very large man.
Oh lordy.
Yeah, the VLM.
But yeah, it's a phenomenal show. It does a lot of things simultaneously. It's fun. Its heart is completely in the right place.
Yes.
Again, like it's one of the things I love about it is it's showing you can be better, basically, is what sort of
Yeah. And there is nothing. I think one of the bigger things as well is there is nothing stopping a good superhero movie from being funny.
Yeah.
And being enjoyable. And I mean, we're doing this show in the week where the new Teen Titans trailer dropped.
That's not Teen Titans. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I will say, Shazam looks like fun.
Shazam looks like fun.
Oh yeah, honestly, the CW stuff is this bizarre gamut of super gritty, depressing, like what the fuck are you thinking? And Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
You just have a Time Lord, gather up a bunch of superheroes and tool around the time stream, fucking around, fun.
Not all of them are superheroes, Eric.
Okay, fair enough.
Like Legend of Tomorrow is a shockingly fun show. I had low expectations of that show, and it was so much more fun than I expected it to be.
I think it has become like probably the better of the current CW spread.
That would be my take, yeah.
Yeah. The Flash kind of crawled up its own asshole. Stop fucking with the time streams, Barry.
Yeah, God damn it, Barry. I am amazed. I am amazed that Legends of Tomorrow didn't deal more with Barry.
Yeah. Arrow, I can't stand Arrow.
Arrow, when it first started at the release, Arrow, it was absolutely 100%. They wanted to do Batman but couldn't get the rights.
They wanted to do murdering Batman more specifically.
Yeah.
They want to do.
I'm the goddamn Batman.
Killer Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this isn't Oliver Queen. This isn't Green Arrow. This is bullshit.
Mm.
I can name 5 DC superheroes off the top of my head that would have fit this better, and they use bows.
According to the chat, we are getting Constantine next year, which that could be amazing.
Constantine was pretty good. It was the because I remember them when they did the Constantine show a year or two ago. I remember it was like, no, that's Constantine. Yes, that is a snarky, irreverent asshole that occasionally gets in over his head.
Well, apparently we're getting the guy that was doing it in Legends tomorrow. He's getting his own spin-off.
Nice.
But yeah,
so going back to what I was saying, like I said, there's so much, like, so quick to make things dark and edgy and gritty, and this show has some of that. But
yes,
it remembers there is light in the world, for fuck's sake.
Yes,
the show has the dark side stuff specifically to make fun of it.
Yes, wasn't it just to make fun of it?
Overkill is there to be mocked.
Oh God, yes, absolutely.
Yes,
but no, the bad guys are pretty fucking vicious.
Oh yeah.
But they're also petty.
Yes.
Let's not forget, the bad guys are vicious, but they're also petty to the point where you have just a little bit of difficulty taking them seriously until they do something really bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like literally the only bad guy you never don't take seriously is the Terror.
Yeah.
Like, even Miss Lint, there are moments you're like, really? You're like... But the Terror, like, he is probably the most petty of all of them. And yet...
Yes. When he has his henchman slit a guy's throat because he's sitting in his chair.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Get Brent in here. You killed Brent this morning because he got the wrong coffee. Oh, right.
Also, I don't want to spoil it. I want you to go see this, but these two know. The pig.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
There's a moment with the pig, which is one of the funniest goddamn things I've seen in ages, and I'm not going to spoil anything more than that.
I don't want to spoil it because it is absolutely amazing, and you cannot fault the logic.
It's hilarious. It's all you need to know.
Oh my God. And the show ends with a very satisfying ending that leaves questions for another season. But even if they don't get another one, it's still a satisfying ending.
Yes.
Like, I'm praying they get another season because, God damn, I love this cast.
Well, I mean, going on from this, it is... at this point in time, it's on Rotten Tomatoes as an 88% approval rating. It's been nominated for a Saturn Award. It's got a following. It's just whether they'll go for another one.
It was outrageously successful.
Yes. On January 17th, 2018, Amazon ordered a second season of 10 episodes, expected to appear in 2019.
Yes!
Excellent.
Yes.
Well done, Amazon.
Well done, Amazon. There's something I do not. There's a reason to not hate Amazon. Good. There are many reasons to hate Amazon, but this is not one of them.
That's not one of them. Well, they want to break into Netflix's sphere, so they got to do something right.
Yeah. At any rate, yeah. So I think that basically sums up the Tick. I mean, we all love the fucking shit out of this show.
Yeah. We put it this way, we watched the whole thing in one night.
Yeah, we burned through it. And I was like, oh, is that it? We only watched like 6. There were 12?
Yeah, there are 12 half-hour episodes.
And when I say in one night, I mean I started at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's really good. Normally when we're watching stuff, we'll stop between episodes to banter and chat about stuff. Yeah, we didn't really do that this time.
Yeah, we just burned right through. Burned right through it.
All right, next episode, go. Poof.
Yeah, you literally, if you are even remotely interested in the superhero genre, or just like good TV,
seriously,
and funny,
I don't care if you're not into superheroes. This is one of the funniest shows I've seen in some time.
Yeah.
It's a good comedy with a good story and great characters and great acting. Just watch it. Seriously. Give it a shot. I think the pilot episode is still on Amazon for free, even if you don't have Prime.
Go watch the pilot.
The pilot will tell you if you like the show, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just to reference the pilot, because obviously it was just a test of an episode they filmed completely separately. The Tick suit does change from the pilot to the second episode.
Yes, it does.
And there's a great little fucking throwaway just to explain that. It's like, Tick, you look different. Thanks.
That's it. That's the degree of their addressing it.
They literally get more budget so they can design a better suit. You look different. Thank you.
They throw the lampshade on it and they're done.
Yes.
I love this show. I love it to pieces.
It's like they knew that people would tell. They knew that people would see that. They would want it referenced, so they do in the briefest possible way, and moving on.
Yep.
And that's like it's just intelligent. It's such an intelligent show, but it feels dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like there are times that you do not realize how smart the show is until it basically walks up to you, slaps you in the face with a fish, and says, "Pay attention."
Yes.
What? Well, that was clever. Why a fish? Moving on. What?
Monty Python?
Yes, but that's why I said fish. But oh my god. But yeah, it's just a good show and it's funny. Yeah, we all loved it. We all recommend it. Go watch the thing if you haven't already. I think that's going to do it for tonight.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good. Not much else we really can talk about, like without spoiling like stuff that we really don't. I don't want to spoil because and it's not because it's like big surprise twist. It's because it's something you want to experience. Honestly,
yes.
It's the plot is it's a good story as we said, but like. You're not watching the show just for the plot. You're watching it there's definitely an element of that to see where the story's going. But you basically know where it's going if you get the feel of the show. Arthur will eventually accept his eventually choose to become a superhero. The Terror's plan will probably be foiled. This is not one of the shows where the villain's going to win.
Although he did learn to play the drums.
He did.
Yep.
Succeeded there. Not as well as he'd like, but, he had high goals.
Jesus fucking Christ. I want to sound like this. Plays playing Buddy Rich. Okay. Good luck with that. He does pretty well. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, please, please let us know if you have watched a Tick. Let us know what you think. If you haven't watched Tick yet and do go watch it, let us know what you thought of it. Seriously, I'd love to hear what people think about the show. Beyond the three of us, we all loved it. It's great. I will say the only other comic book show I'm really, really looking forward to that's coming out at some point is apparently there's going to be an Astro City show coming up. I don't want to see this badly, but
It can only fail to meet our expectations.
Oh, God. At any rate, though, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We record the podcast Eric and I record Surly Grognards when we record it on Monday nights, usually at about 7 p.m. Eastern. I had scheduling issues this week, so I couldn't do it on Monday. We also record the 3-Minute Anime Podcast with Gav here whenever we finish up the series we're working on. That probably won't be for a few weeks. Because, oh God, the series we're going through right now is dense.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good, but dense.
It's going to be a 12-hour 3-minute anime, honestly.
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
We're going for a record.
No. Anyways, that's going to do it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got feedback for us, show topic suggestions, questions you'd like answered in the show, our email address is surlygrognards@yahoo.com, surlygrognards@yahoo.com, or you can leave a comment on YouTube. But that's going to do it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, humans.
Bye-bye.